Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome to the JDub Show. I'm your host, JDub. Before I get started with this video, which is going to be a joint TNA Impact, which I did watch. I'm just going to save it. TNA Impact and WWE Superstars review. I'm going to talk about TNA Impact first, then I'm going to go into WWE Superstars. That's going to be really quick, though. But, yeah, thank you so much to all of my 711 subscribers. 711, lucky numbers. But you know what? Could be even more lucky, 712, 13, 14, 15, 16, and that can be you. Yes, you. If you're watching this video right now and you aren't subscribed to the JDub Show, go ahead and click the yellow button right over there. Easy. Can't miss it in that direction. You know, thanks. For the Blog Talk Radio Show that's coming up on Saturday, 6 p.m., you can find a link over in the description box. I want all of you to listen live. Everyone that's watching that, if you're able, if you're not busy, listen live. Hell, if you are busy, put off the plans till later. This show is going to be epic. That's all. I'm not going to reveal the plans, but a lot has gone down today, and it all just culminates into one big ball, but I'm saving it all for the radio show, so make sure you tune in. Getting into this episode of Impact. Oh my God, Christopher Daniels returned. Oh my God. Like, TNA fans were going crazy over this, and I'm thinking like, okay, his gimmick is a fallen angel, but you must really think he fucking fell from heaven and landed in the Impact Zone, right in the middle of the TNA ring. He's not, they're acting like this is the second coming of Jesus. Like, seriously, it's not something to get all bent out of shape for. And I guess TNA is just so great just because they made him return. Anyway, yeah, they were building up to this. Jeff Jarrett, Kurt Angle were in the ring. Kurt Angle wanted to replace Kevin Nash in some benefit for Lethal Letdown that's coming up on Sunday. I really don't know, don't care. First match of the night. Homicide versus Naito versus Chris Sabin. Homicide ends up getting a win by pinning Naito. This was the best match of the night. First match of the night. You know, it features some exhibition guys, and TNA is back to that same formula. And I always said this before, but I never stuck to it. They put the exhibition matches at the beginning of the show, and I said, you know what? This may be the highlight of the show. I might as well tune into this and turn it off. But I actually watched this whole show, regretfully. Next, Jeff Jarrett is being interviewed, and I don't know what the point of this interview was, but I know he brought up his wife that is recently deceased, so I'm going to just move on from that. Second match of the night, Awesome Kong, Raisha, Saeed, and Taylor Wilde team up. Yes, I said Awesome Kong, Raisha, Saeed, and Taylor Wilde on the same team versus Madison, Rayne, the Beautiful People, Velvet Sky, and Angelina Love. Is Awesome Kong a heel? I mean, is she no longer a heel? Is she a face now? I really don't get it. But, yeah, after the match, after Awesome Kong ends up winning, it was a quick match. I'll be surprised if it lasted over a minute. I'll give it a minute and 30 seconds tops. It couldn't have been over that. But anyway, you know, it was a dud. And after the match, the Beautiful People and Madison Rayne, they cut off Awesome Kong's weave so she can just go in the back, put some more in. Easy, no fuss, no muss, no fuss. Third match tonight, Abyss and Daffney versus Cody Deaner and ODB. This wasn't really much of a match. Cody Deaner, he got in there, tried to do the whole comedy act. Whatever. Abyss and Daffney end up winning this match. Mick Foley is next in a segment where Mick Foley interviews Cactus Jack. Yes, they are the two same people, Mick Foley and Cactus Jack, but he interviews himself. He's going back and forth, talking to himself and punching himself in the head till he fucking started bleeding. Then Sting comes out, talking all of his crap. Then they're going back and forth. So then all of a sudden the main event Mafia music plays. Sting looks to the ramp like his, brothers are about to come out and everything. Then Mick Foley attacks him like, oh, I fooled you. You know what? I'm in charge here. I can play whatever song I want. Let's play some Curry Man. Let's play some Shark Boy. I'm like, is he a fucking DJ now or something? And Don West is just sitting there. Oh my God, this is the most entertaining thing I've ever seen. I'm really anticipating this match at Lockdown. What the hell? Like, this is the most entertaining thing you've ever seen, but yeah, I don't fault him for that because he, looks at Impact. So, hey, the competition for most entertaining thing, you know, it's pretty weak. But yeah, next, Beer Money attacks Ballz, Mahoney, and Spike Dudley, and they're just bleeding everywhere. You know, both Ballz, Mahoney, and Spike Dudley bleeding everywhere. TNA, they are so shameless. They just bleed just for the sake of bleeding. Like, it makes no sense whatsoever. I guess they have a mandate to whether you have to have a couple of people bleeding every single episode, just because WWE doesn't really do it anymore. But yeah, so the fourth match of the night, where this mystery former TNA champion was supposed to be facing Kurt Angle, who took Kevin Nash's place in this match for the advantage in a lethal letdown match. Christopher Daniels comes out to a very whack return, and you thought Christian's return was bad. The announcers didn't even give a damn about Christopher Daniels. They're like, they were more worried about AJ Styles' reaction to Christopher Daniels coming back than they were Christopher Daniels. He didn't even get it's Christopher Daniels. You know, Christian got a better return on ECW than Christopher Daniels did. And, you know, they just, after all of the overacting Mike Tenay and Don West do, they totally just fucked it up at the time where it was appropriate. But yeah, he gets into the ring. Don West is like, oh, well, yeah, this is Christopher Daniels. We know he's talented. We know he can wrestle and everything. But he's going against the Olympic gold medalist, Kurt Angle. He's making a big deal about fucking Kurt Angle when we haven't seen Christopher Daniels' face in a couple of months. And he's making a big deal about Kurt Angle, who's on Impact every single week. But he's like, oh, forget about Christopher Daniels. He's in the ring with Kurt Angle. Yeah, but this match, I was thinking it was going to be a long match. It wasn't even that long of a match. They wrestled about 5 minutes, went to commercial, wrestled about 2 minutes, and Christopher Daniels ends up winning the match. Kurt Angle bitches and cries like usual. And, you know, Jim Cornette comes down to the ring. He says, you know, the result is final. This is going to be the end of it. But Jeff Jarrett comes down to the ring, and he reverses the decision of the match because Kurt Angle supposedly got his shoulder up or whatever. So he didn't restart the match. He declares Kurt Angle the winner. And I'm thinking, what the hell type of sense does that make? If you were going to, you know, make the decision of the match null and void, that's one thing. And to restart the match, you know, that would be appropriate. But to have Kurt Angle be the winner just because of the fuck up by the referee, that didn't make any sense at all. But hey, whatever, it's TNA. This episode of Impact, sucky. You got Lockdown coming up. I'm not gonna do a preview of it. I'll save it to the radio show. Moving on to WWE Superstars. This was a lot better than I expected the show to be. A lot of people say that, you know, this is the new Velocity, and they call ECW Sunday Night Heat. ECW is actually not Sunday Night Heat because Sunday Night Heat was not its own separate brand. ECW is a third brand in WWE, but this WWE Superstar show, I guess you can call it Sunday Night Heat, the new Sunday Night Heat, or the new Velocity. But one difference is they have like main event talent on this show, and that's why I say it's worth watching, because the 3 matches that they had tonight, they had Undertaker defeating Matt Hardy by countout, but it was a pretty good match as it was going on. And Jeff Hardy comes out to, you know, distract Matt Hardy or whatever. Second match tonight was ECW Championship Elimination Chase, the finals of the Elimination Chase. Christian versus Finlay. Christian ends up winning the match with the kill switch, so he will go on to Backlash to face Jack Swagger for the ECW Championship. And the final match tonight was Cody Rhodes versus Shane McMahon. Cody Rhodes ends up winning this match because of disqualification. Shane got himself disqualified because he attacked Cody Rhodes with a chair, you know, and the match ended in disqualification. This show was a pretty good show. They had 3 solid matches, and yes, I'm saying Cody Rhodes versus Shane McMahon, it was a solid match. We finally got to see a lot more of Cody Rhodes than we actually see of him when he's, you know, being the lackey of Randy Orton and you know, the less he's on a lower level than Ted DiBiase in that whole little duo. But yeah, I'm getting all tongue tied. I guess I'll just end this video right now. Make sure you tune in to the radio show and Peace out.